Technology Minerals, Epicode TM1, is a London-listed group building a unique circular economy proposition for the burgeoning battery metals market, very much in line with the net zero objectives of the recent COP26 climate change conference. Technology Minerals went public with a standard listing on November 17th, and I'm joined today by Robin Brundle and Alex Stanbury to tell us more. Gentlemen, how are you both today?
Hi, Alan. Very good, thank you. Very nice to be here.
Pretty chipper, Alan. Thank you.
Nice to see you both. Let's move to the start of the circular economy. You've got mining projects for lithium in Ireland, copper and cobalt in Spain, nickel, copper and cobalt in Cameroon, and the 2 cobalt projects in Idaho in the USA. Can you talk us through each project and also where we are in terms of development in regard to exploration, drilling, and so on? I've got a slide here which shows where each of the projects are.
Happily. Thanks, Alan. So we have 3 projects in the US, 2 of which are in Idaho, neighboring what will be the first producing cobalt mine in North America. So we are very well positioned there with over 14,000 acres in one project and another 50 square kilometers in the other. All contiguous claims down the heart of the Idaho Cobalt Belt. Idaho Cobalt Belt being the only place in the US that grades high enough in cobalt you can mine it as a primary deposit. So in terms of US political importance and strategy for battery metal supply chain, it's incredibly important. We then have a project in South Dakota, which is polymetallic, but mainly focused on manganese with some rare earth elements. Then we have a project for hard rock lithium in Ireland, which is currently being drilled by our joint venture partner, Global Battery Metals, who are listed on TSX. And then we have a project in northern Spain, which is nickel, copper, cobalt, where we're chasing a historic resource. A very interesting project there, and we expect to drill that early next year. On the there's existing mines on the project, and we'll be doing reconnaissance drilling down the mines, and then on the top of the plateau, we have an area pegged out for drilling already. So we expect to get some good news flow out of that in fairly short order. Then we have a project, a large potential project in Cameroon, which is 5 exploration licenses for a very large nickel laterite play, which is near the Geovik Nakamuna mine. So very, very interesting projects we have.
Excellent. And which would you say is furthest down the road in terms of its evolution at present?
There are 2 that are fairly even keel. Spain, with its historic resource, and we can go straight to drilling there next year. And then Blackbird in Idaho as well, which neighbours our Imperium claims. And Blackbird is drill ready as well. And we're looking to, we've got 22 drill holes permitted there already, of which we intend to drill 16 of them next year, as soon as the snows melt.
Excellent, excellent. Onto the circular economy model then, Robin, to you here. Is it simply mining battery metals such as cobalt and lithium, as Alex has just described, which then enter the supply chain and are recycled by you at the end of life? Is that how it works?
Well, the circular economy is certainly how it works. And yes, obviously the mining is there to provide a massively increasing demand for raw materials for the battery sector. And of course, on the recycling side, it's very important that we reclaim as much as we can from every battery from lithium ion and also the lead acid side as well, to make sure that we create this truly circular economy. And on the lithium ion side, on the recycling of the batteries, we are targeting 100% recycling target.
Okay. So looking at your recycling arm, which of course is the Recyclers Group, you announced the first partnership with Slicker Recycling, which has 13 depots nationwide and undertakes, I believe, more than 25,000 collections each year. Recyclers, I understand, will via partnerships recycle both lithium ion, lead acid, and other batteries. Can you tell us how this works and how it's going to impact on the bottom line for Technology Minerals?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's very important on the bottom line because we've got a first full year trading revenue forecast of 17 million and a second year as we move to 4 plants in the second year going slightly north of 40 million revenue. So it is an important part because, of course, actually getting the front-end feedstock and offering this UK capability is all important to delivering stock to feed the plants. The Silica relationship, as well as giving us this UK capability, is a very interesting one because they also have a very strong hold in Europe. And so at the appropriate time, we would be able to have a mirror image of what we have here in the UK to be able to develop ourselves and have a glide path into Europe. So it's very important from that point of view. And as we grow here in the UK, we're putting in a plant for each science each year. So within by the end of 2027, we're expecting to have at least 10 plants running here in the UK. And of course, you can extrapolate out the numbers that I've just mentioned there.
Of course. You were saying, I think you anticipated revenues of at least 54 million in the first 3 years from recyclers, and with several more to come on stream. Those numbers are going to be fairly meaningful, I think, in terms of the growth trajectory for technology minerals.
Absolutely, and we have the ability with the revenue that we've raised from the listing and to potentially accelerate that too, to bring those earnings forward. And I must stress as well that this is purely from UK feedstock that we're talking these early years. And any relationship that we have with tier one automotive or with battery manufacturers and gigafactories, of which there are up towards 20 new gigafactories in the next 1 to 4 years around Europe. And of course, we are in discussions with a number of those gigafactories to become the partner of choice for recycling for them. But because those contracts are at various stages of discussion, they're not included in the numbers that I've just shared with you.
Okay, I understand you can't share the numbers, but it's good to hear that you've got plenty of deals in the pipeline. And also, I would assume takeoff agreements.
Yes, we have. We've sent a number of samples over the last few months to various partners around the globe. And I'm pleased to say that we have offtake partners waiting both in America, Canada, in Europe, and also in Asia, and are awaiting the supply of our black mass, which the plants are being installed and commissioned through December and January. And we're expecting to be up and running in an industrialized way during February and March next year. So it's all becoming very close. It's all very tangible, busy, but very exciting.
Excellent. Well, you've actually partly answered my next question, which is in the immediate near term. So that's the end of this year into 2022. You've mentioned the plant coming on stream. What other key value inflection points should investors be looking for?
Well, certainly for us, it's in the recycling side. It's for looking for that first revenue. We've started trading and got some cash revenue through brokering, but when we've got our own sites fully licensed effectively from Q1, then we'll start to see the true revenues coming in as we ramp up both productivity and efficiency through the plants. So that will be an exciting time to look at the actual revenue streams. And on the mining side, well, Alex, perhaps you'd like to.
Absolutely. We've got an awful lot of news flow to come. We have exploration programs ongoing for each of our assets, not least the drill program on Blackbird, the drill program in northern Spain, trenching on Imperium, Aeromag in Cameroon, and the ongoing drilling in Ireland as well. So there's an awful lot of news flow to come, and an awful lot of exciting news. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, it's certainly a fascinating and unique business model you have there. It looks as though Q1 2022 is going to be extremely busy and uplifting in a number of ways, both for the company and, of course, for investors and shareholders. You've got a very exciting value proposition. Robin Brundle and Alex Stanbury of Technology Minerals, thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you very much.